playoffs for the NBA and NHL tipped off and faced off this weekend, it's important for teams to get a lead early in their first round series. Every team would tell you that they want to get ahead early in their matchup, but in the music world, Kanye West admitted to giving head to his cousin. Welcome back to the Moonstamp Cast. I'm Brian, and I'm joined by the Do you like fish sticks to my I'm not a gay fish, Jordan. Jordan, how are you, buddy? Poor Kanye. He's going through something. I don't know if I should say poor Kanye, but he's going through something, man. That was. Have you heard the song?
Yes, I know exactly what you're fucking. See, I didn't know where you're going with this. You give me this whole thing about how like, oh, your mind's not much better, whatever, blah blah blah. And then I had thought about like, how do I make a joke about the Kanye situation? The problem with the Kanye situation is you really can't make a joke about it. So that was fantastic. Thank you so much for it. I'm doing well. I was going to make a joke about Travis Hunter becoming the Pope, but in reality, I think that was way better. So welcome to the Moonstamp.
I have a question for you, though.
Yeah. Do
you believe in Joe Hendry?
Yes, I do.
That is, so I'm relatively new to wrestling. Like I've just started like moderate interest in it. That intro might be my favorite intro just because of the turnaround smile. Oh, I fucking loved it.
You should go look at his entrances for something called ICW in Scotland. Yeah, Scotland, back in the day. So he did a lot of things. He was a big, not indie wrestler, but like he was big in the indie scene and the British UK scene. And he did a lot of like joke song intros. It's like
he's phenomenal.
He's really good about it. That was like his whole thing is he makes his own intro songs. And there's another guy named Grado, who came out to Like a Prayer. It was around that same time. And he'd sing it like a prayer himself. So I'm glad you stumbled upon that. I'll be honest, I have not paid as good attention to wrestling as I used to, just because I've gotten busy and with this and just life in general. So
life is life. And
I'm
we
so
have a million
glad
other sports to pay attention to.
Yeah, no, that's not the problem. It's a suffering from success where I pay attention to every other sport just to make sure we can do the show. So at some point I'm like, well, some things have to fall to the wayside, and that's one of them. So, but welcome to the Moonstamp Cast. This is going to be a short, quick, fast one today. We'll see what happens. It's my birthday present to myself, where I'm gonna get this done quickly and go to sleep. Yeah, today.
What?
Yeah, I don't talk about my birthday really ever.
I know you hate your birthday, so
yeah.
but I still feel bad not knowing that.
You're so good, buddy.
I know you hate it. So if there's anyone, no offense, if there's anyone to forget to say happy birthday to, it's.
You may. Yeah, no, I'm not going to come out. I'm like, you from my, I'm like, who gives a shit? The only thing I do on my birthday is I get like a milkshake and be like, wow, I'm proud of you, buddy. You made it another year. That's like the biggest thing that I do on my birthday. So I don't care about my birthday, but my birthday present to myself today is I get to go make a steak after this.
Nice.
So I'm going to do this quickly and go make my steak. So welcome to the Moonstamp Cast. Brian, the NBA playoffs are in full swing. Also, I don't know if you can tell I did something different with my hair today. I don't like it. So I'm trying to deal with it as we talk.
Did you part it differently or comb it
back?
Yeah,
it's just like, it's like kind of, I used mousse today because I don't have any gel. I ran out of gel because usually I use gel or like something. So that looks better. I don't know. Fucking horrible. But NBA playoffs are in full swing and the Rockets are probably going to lose.
It's like we never left, baby. It's like we never left going and making the playoffs and losing to the Warriors. Like we never fucking left. I hate it here.
So I made this joke a lot about the mandate of heaven around like sports figures. I think Steph Curry has the mandate of heaven after that one shot. After that one shot, no matter how much the Rockets came back, I'm like, they're going to lose. Like you can't beat someone who does that. And he's just so good at doing that. He's just so good at shooting that even if the Warriors are down or like not playing well, even if you only have like him playing well, which realistically, he played like 37 minutes that night. Even if he plays like 37 minutes and it's still goes 0 for 3 to start the game, he's going to come back and he's going to be Steph Curry. So I don't know. It feels over like in my mind. I don't know why.
Because it's Houston playing against the Warriors in the NBA playoff. We've seen this song and dance so many times now. The going into it was these Rockets versus those Rockets. We're still alive. It's game 1. Check date of recording. but we play them on Wednesday, so tomorrow night. I can tell you exactly who needs to step the fuck up for the Rockets, and that's Mr. Fred VanVleet going 3 from 19 from the field, and Jalen Green going 3 for 15 from the field.
Jalen Green was also the one guarding Steph on that shot, which, by the way, he did everything right on that.
I don't blame him for that.
Yeah, he did everything right there. No, I mean, listen, maybe I'm just like such a pessimist, but like you can tell me like VanVleet needs to do better and Green needs to get better. And like, Şengün actually did well that game, but like Steven Adams needs to do better. It's like, that's awesome. But sometimes you just can't beat the guy who just has heaven on his side.
Yeah.
And it's been that way. The Rockets go 0 for 27 in 2019, 0 for 29, something crazy like that. It's just like he has this magical power, and it sucks because it sucks to run into him because this was supposed to be the year that the Rockets make it to round 2. It's not about making it to the finals, it's not making it to the Western Conference Finals, it's about making it to round 2. And then like you come and a depleted Warriors team that has like 3 guys. You have Butler, Green, and Curry, and you have kind of a rotation outside of that. And you're like, okay, they're older now. They're like Steph's 37, Draymond's great, Jimmy Butler is, I don't know, whatever he's doing these days. I mean, he didn't look great in the regular season once he went to the Warriors. And it's
but
like
he's one of those guys that just flips the switch, man.
And he just looked better. And Steph did the thing where Steph does, where it's like, shoot, let me just throw the ball in the air and it makes it.
He's the greatest shooter of all time, man. There's no if, ands, or buts. It's bullshit. It really is. It's a cheat code.
I mean, listen, Steve, I make the joke that Kevin Sumlin owes Johnny Manziel and Case Keenum a lot of money. There's a world where Steve Kerr also owes Steph Curry a lot of money, which to be fair, Steph Curry's made a lot of money, unlike Case Keenum, Johnny Manziel. Well, Manziel did. But yeah, no, it's just unfair. And it's still technically an even series. Like the Rockets came back in that fourth quarter and they're starting the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter. They looked better. They looked more complete. They looked like they were actually stopping the Warriors at the midcourt. They were flustering the Warriors because they're so much taller than the Warriors. At the same fucking time, it's Steph Curry, which is just, I mean, it's one of the most annoying little things we have to do. Like the Astros have to do with the Yankees.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know if this is Stockholm syndrome for just getting our ass kicked by Steph for all those years in the late 2010s. But there's a part of me that, as much as he is a demon, there's a part of me that's like, it's pretty cool to still see him chuck the ball from wherever he wants and it go in. It's incredible.
I mean, we watched him this past summer become an American Patriot, and just. What was that? He was guarded by 2 guys. He was double teamed by 2 French dudes at the top of the perimeter. Not even top. I mean, he was past perimeter, and he just chucks it and just shoots it. It's so good. And it's the thing with the shot against the Rockets with Jalen Green. It was nothing but net. It wasn't even a question. It just went perfectly in. It's just a perfect splash, and that's. I mean. In 2022, and I wrote a blog about this too, not to plug the blog all the time, but I wrote a blog about this too, but like there's something in 2022 when the Warriors won where I was like, I'd like them to win again. I'd like them to beat the Celtics. Nothing to do with the Celtics, nothing to do with anyone, on any team. It was just like, it's nice for them to run it back because Iggy was on the team.
Clay was there.
It is cool to see how good he still is at this time. But at the same time, if he could be good against anyone other.
Yeah, for the love of God. Not next year. Do your victory last little run next year. Don't worry about it this year. Fuck that.
Or give it us next year. Just like don't beat us this year. Like don't do this to us again. Don't sweep us. They're not going to sweep us. I don't think so.
I hope not. Well, this and the Clippers Nuggets series seems to be the competitive series. Mm-hmm. Now, I think the Lakers are going to gentleman sweep. They just looked horrible game 1, but I think the Nuggets Clippers series might be the best series. I hope that series goes to 7. It's fun. Kawhi's out there and he looks good for like basically not playing for the past 2 years. It's incredible.
I was going to say, I kind of want the Clippers to go to the Western Conference Finals. I don't know if they can get there based on the bracket, but I do think they're a really good team. It's same as talking about with Steph. It's kind of cool to see like Kawhi and Harden still be able to go out there and kind of do it. As much as Harden gets a bad rap for the way he left Houston, I kind of still blame Daryl Morey because I blame Daryl Morey for all bad in my life. Because I don't like Daryl Morey at all. I don't like the way he plays. He destroyed basketball, in my opinion. Start with the Vipers and went to the NBA. It's like Bonds Beyond Time, the Yu-Gi-Oh movie, where you see Yugi come and you're like, Coach still got it, bud. Like, Coach has still got it. It's cool to see Harden still have it. Cool to see Kawhi still have it. I'd love them to get through the Nuggets. Will they? I don't know. They won by 3 last night. They won by however much.
That's 1-1.
Yeah. No, they won. They lost by whatever in the first game. It's a close series. Unlike the Grizzlies and OKC, who, as of recording, it's 1-0 to the OKC. It's probably be 2-0 after tonight. They beat them by 51 points. Now, Brian, I was listening to Bill Simmons and Ryan Russillo, and they offered the question, at what point, is there a point difference in game 1 where you just go, series is over? Just let the team move on. There's no point to play this game anymore.
Big Cat tweeted this out. If you lose by 50 points in the first game, series should be done.
Yeah. I mean, it was Memphis versus Dallas in terms of two teams that were not going to make the finals, that just aren't going to it's almost like we should just let OKC go through, give them a bye, because the Dallas was a horrible matchup, as in they're really bad, and so is Memphis. What do you do? I don't know, but it's not going to be watchable. I will say also, just to kind of keep talking about the basketball a little bit more, because I don't have many notes. It is cool to see the Pistons winning a game in the playoffs after last year having such a horrible team. It is cool to see when an executive has a plan, or when the GM has a plan to actually fix the team and make them better. Because there are so many teams across all sports, middling and mediocrity, who are just okay being either in the middle or at the bottom, never getting those new draft picks, never getting to the playoffs, almost make the play in tournament or making it at one time. You contrast it with Nico, who couldn't get through a door at his press conference. It is cool to see the Pistons there and actually trying to succeed.
Bulls are the team you're talking about, by the way.
What do you say?
The Bulls are the team you're talking about always make the play.
I'm talking about
do nothing else.
Yeah, the Bulls are part of that. I mean, it's a lot of teams, but yeah, the Bulls are who I'm thinking of for the NBA. You think about I don't know, whoever for the NFL, but it's been a MLB. You're thinking of
honestly.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about them in a second with the draft picks. I don't think draft picks take this team over the line, but that's just my thought process.
I've got some notes on that.
Okay. I've got some thoughts on it too. I do think Casario is going to make a play, but we'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, that's about all my notes on basketball right now. For the Rockets, I don't think it's going to be a sweep, but I'm not going to be surprised if it's a sweep, only because I think the Warriors will forever be the scarlet letter to our team, where we just can't get past them.
Look, we took a huge step forward this year. This is a young team. This is good experience. I hope we win a couple games. I hope the playoff atmosphere on the road in Golden State is not a bad thing. That is great experience for these young players. I don't think it's going to be necessarily pretty, but it's not a bad thing. I am so excited for the future of this team. I said 4 years ago, no. I said last year, about 4 or 5 years from now, we're going to be competing for the 2 or 1 seed in the West. We got the 2 seed this year. So in my mind, we're ahead of schedule. Now we just need to get experience and maybe get a piece here or there. And then, a couple more players need to take some big steps forward. Reed Shepherd or Eamon Thomas, who has a phenomenal second season. I think he will only continue to improve. I think he's going to be a monster. They take some steps forward. And now I'm talking like the season's done. It's not done, but it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to get past Golden State.
I mean, I don't think anyone expects the Rockets to win the finals. Well, that said, Eamon Thompson locked down Steph Curry, I think 2 weeks ago. I think we talked about that. 2.5 weeks ago or so. This is not a team that's going to the finals. This is a team that is there to get the experience, the young core to get that experience. And like I said, bring in a few guys here and there throughout the couple years. But I don't think you're wrong in that 3 or 4 years from now, we'll see them in the finals. Now, again, we could have a Nico Harrison situation where you make the dumbest move possible and trade. I don't know. We have no one comparable to Luka in my mind, just because Luka is Luka, but you never know. But I do think your assessment is correct. I would move it up to 3 or 4 years at this point, timeline wise. I think next year you go deeper. You're up to that Western Conference Finals, maybe make it, maybe don't. You're up to that final champion. So we'll see what happens. But speaking of the also Houston teams, not basketball, Houston teams, the Astros, they're on a little bit of a run, right? They're looking better. They're looking better. Not looking great, but looking better.
We won a series with arguably the best team in baseball, hottest team in baseball right now with the Padres. We're 500 right now, and we're 4th in the West, but that doesn't really mean anything because we're only 2 games out of first place because the West is a burning pile of shit.
Yeah, thank you to everyone in that.
Full stop.
Thank you to the Athletics for being there as well. It's really cool to have you in the division. It's what's the phrase? Thank God for Mississippi, where your state will never be in last in like whatever ranking, like education, whatever, because of Mississippi. It's like thank God for the Athletics.
Oklahoma's up there too.
Yeah, Oklahoma, yeah, but I think, I will say as well, Cam Smith still like a 240 average, which I love to see that, especially for the new guy. I mean, that's not a bad average. That's actually pretty average these days.
I wanted to talk to you about that.
Okay.
There are 4 Astros above or at batting 250. Can you name them?
Altuve, is it Paredes? Is it Pena? None of these.
Altuve, yes.
Altuve, no. Altuve's like 3 something.
Altuve is at 303. I was shocked when I found out who our top 4
Yeah, I feel like I'm missing something because I'm thinking of
Jake Myers at 2 at 286. He's had a great beginning of the season.
The Jake Myers agenda continues to progress.
Hell yeah, I'm very happy about it. I'm very happy to be wrong about it. Brendan Rodgers as batting 250.
Character.
And Victor Caratini is batting 250.
How many at bats does he have though?
Not a lot.
Yeah.
But still, those are our 250 average batters currently.
It's like,
or better.
Who was it? McCormick? Who was it that had like an insane bat average? Like, yeah, he's hit once. I think I saw
McCormick. I think went like 2 for 3 or something like that.
Yeah,
so
but
666 average.
It was over like 6 games, so it's like it doesn't really count. So yeah, that's kind of I do like the Jake Myers agenda continuing. Now, I've seen Jake Myers before. Do I believe the Jake Myers agenda will continue? But do I hope for the best? Yes. Altuve again continues to be the light of the team because he started well, he's continued well, and he will continue to do well the entire rest of the season. I don't know if I'm missing some joke here.
I believe in Jake Myers.
Sorry for you listening. Brian turned all the way around. I was like, that's why I just kept talking out my ass because I was like, I'm missing some joke here that I'm going to have to figure out. But Brian needs to fix something. That's awesome. Yes, I believe in Jake Myers too.
I listened to the I Believe in Joe Hendry
Yeah.
song. It's a 1-minute song on Spotify. 14 times before we started recording.
It was in the top. It was the top downloaded song on iTunes in the UK at one point or something like that.
Wow.
Some crazy thing where they had to acknowledge it, which, I mean, imagine like, the BBC One or whatever, acknowledging a professional wrestler song, which I think they had to do. So it is a very cool story because he's an overnight sensation made for over 10 years.
I love it.
Yeah. But
you know who else I believe in though?
Who?
Hunter Diesel Brown.
Hunter Brown is our best pitcher right now.
He is our ace.
Yeah.
Which 24 scoreless innings currently.
He has
like a 1.16 ERA on the season or some shit.
He has 5 starts. It's like 2-1. I mean, he looks like he has command of his stuff, which for Hunter Brown has been maybe one of his issues over the time. But I'm not going to say I'm aghast because I think that's the wrong word to use. I will say I was not expecting Hunter Brown. Was I expecting Framber Valdez to be our ace? Yes, but Framber is Framber, and it seems like we've got the Fram worst for most of the...
Not the Fram best.
Not the Fram best. He hasn't been the Fram worst, but he's not been the Fram okayest. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see. Eric Getty is going to come back at some point, and I hope the best for him. Gusto is the other guy's filling in, maybe? I don't know. Wisniewski. Where's Gusto? What's Gusto doing? I don't know. I've seen Gusto. But yeah, I feel like the rotation is still somewhat in not limbo, but he feels a little limbo-ish right now.
Yeah.
We have questionable pitchers. We have what three or so. I'm not including Framber in that either. It's the three or so. Wait and see what happens. Arrighetti has to come back. Spaghetti needs to get better. We had high hopes for him last season. I will continue to have high hopes for him. I think
I like him a lot.
I like him a lot. I think it's what he was hurt 1 or 2 weeks ago, so he still has like
broken thumb left. Last week, I believe.
Yeah, it was last week. Okay, he's like a month or two.
Yeah, he's got a month at least.
Least.
I mean, LMJ is making rehab starts. I don't think he'll ever be a starter. I think he's going to be out of the bullpen, though.
Don't make me ever watch him again. I like Lance McCullers as a person. I can't stand to watch that man throw a curveball, only because it feels like it's become stickish, and everyone knows it's coming. That Phillies game, I think, did a number on my psyche. And I understand why he was left in. Dusty Baker left in because he's like, just let him die tonight, and then we can bring someone in tomorrow. Just like, don't worry about it. But he was taking his pitches. But it had felt for maybe like years up to that point where he could pitch, but it felt like every time he pitched, it was some mistake leading to it.
It's a gimmick account. It's a Twitter gimmick account.
And I hate Twitter gimmick accounts. I'm so tired of them already. I wish Elon would ban them. I know he's not, but like I'm so tired of gimmick accounts. Gimmick pitchers don't really work anymore. You don't need unless you're like a knuckleballer, maybe. I
couldn't tell you the last time I saw a true knuckleballer.
I don't think one's been thrown in a while in the MLB. But yeah, I'm tired. I don't know. I like Lance McCullers. He's a wonderful person, great for his city. Maybe as a reliever, he'll do wonders. It'll do wonders for him, his confidence. I mean, if you go in for the 8th and just throw like 24 curveballs, that's okay. I can deal with that. If you're going into the 3rd inning down 2-0, throwing more curveballs, I want someone to strangle you. I wanted someone to throw a curveball at you. So I don't know. Please don't come back. But like also, he'd be a great situational. The problem
absolutely, I 100% agree with that. I don't want him to be a starter.
The problem is I feel like he's played out as well. Like if I'm the Red Sox and I see Lance McCullers warming up, I just go, boys, just wait for the curveball. He's going to throw at least
hang one.
He's going to throw at least 1 in your at bat, if not 4. So just wait for that and just destroy it into Crawford boxes or wherever you're playing.
I only have 2 last Astro notes, and that's I fully expect Pena and Yainer to get it together. I think Pena's not had a bad, and Yainer hasn't. Yainer started a little slow. I fully expect them to get back to themselves. It's just traditional Astros slow start, and then Paredes and Walker, I fully expect to keep on, and doing it more is pulling balls into the Crawford boxes. I really starting to look like they're trying to pull it up because that's the type of hitters they are. And if they just get a little bit of an launch angle off of it, they don't need a lot of distance for the Crawford box. So,
I mean, they're pull hitters who hit lots of high balls. So with Yainer, with catchers, I never really need them to hit well. Like if you're a good enough catcher, and it's not even defensive, like it's like with Maldonado, the pitchers trusted him. They wanted him behind the plate. I'd rather have a guy behind the plate who can't hit, but the pitchers love, than a guy who can hit, but the pitchers are like, he's here too. He's my teammate. I need a guy in the foxhole with you. There are no atheists in the foxholes, and there are no bad catchers in the foxhole, or there are no bad catchers, whatever. Pena, though, I have come around a little bit from my original all those muscles to ground out take in the beginning of the season. I have become a little bit more trustworthy of Pena. 2022 did numbers for my confidence in him, and then 2023 and 2024 did not destroy that confidence. All those muscles to hit a double into a double play. I'm liking him a little bit more. It's that I don't like Pena. It's that I just don't trust his bat. I also did see that Jose Altuve apparently has the worst fielding arm in left field of all, like not all time, but of everyone in MLB. Not surprising.
No.
I we'll see what happens with the spot. I'm not too worried about left field. If it is, you're playing half your games at Minute Maid, I'm not going to fight you on that. Because it's not like it's a far distance. At the same time, would I like someone else playing left field? Put Jordan back out there if you want. I think it's happened once this season already. Maybe not. So we'll see. Again, we have so many games left, and we're in mid-April. I mean, we haven't even left a month of the season. So, with that said, Lance McCullers Jr., hope you're doing well. Open your coffee shop. Retire, please. I'm begging you.
NHL playoffs. I've got an update for you. I'm currently tied 1-1 with fucking Dallas, of course. I said that at the beginning. We're playing Dallas. Such is my luck. New Avalanche fan. McKinnon has 3 goals already. And by the time you're hearing this, hopefully we're up 2-1, which because they play tomorrow night, and this is going up on Thursday. So here's to hoping. But, man, playoff hockey fucking rules, dude. I had so much fun with it. I was blown away with how much I enjoyed it. Well, at least I enjoyed game 1. But, man, it's a different animal. I think I like it more than the NBA already, man.
100%. The thing with the NBA is, like, they will work hard, but, there's no pulling any punches in the NHL. Like, they will come body check you even if you don't have the puck. They're going to come, like, even with and I'll talk about this in a second, with the Maple Leafs and the Senators, they're trying to kill each other. And that's awesome. Say what you want about, like, I don't know, the NBA having the most viewership, or, like, you're having a great series with the Nuggets and the Clippers. At the same time, it's like, I do want to see guys try to kill each other. And do I think the Maple Leafs are going to sweep the Senators? Yes. They just look like there's no one else I can do other than other team just looks better. Maple Leafs just look better. That boy nice, that boy nice analysis of hockey. They just look better. Mitch Marner looks like better. Defense, for all the injuries, it looks better. With that said, the Senators still look like they want to kill somebody. And I'm okay with that. That's awesome. That's what makes playoff hockey cool. That's what got us into hockey. It's just like, there's a physicality to this throughout the season, and especially in the playoffs that matters a lot. So I like McDavid going for it. I just think, like, I've really only watched a couple games so far because they fell over right over the Easter weekend, which Easter weekend was crazy for everyone. Yeah, there's a lot that happens. With that said, the games I've seen, like, it's so cool. And, like, the Maple Leafs, it's not Scotiabank Arena, I don't think. I don't know who has Scotiabank Arena, but it's not the Maple Leafs, I don't think. It's so cool inside, because it feels like, best I can compare it to is, like, it feels like a college sport almost, where, like, people are really passionate in that arena. So I cannot wait to watch more of it. I cannot wait to get further deeper into the playoffs when it matters even more. We're seeing even harder hits. We're seeing guys put their bodies on the line even more. So I'm excited. I love this sport's been really cool to get into. This has been our first season getting into it. I think we kind of started slow, trying to understand what's going on, but this is a really cool sport to just, from the outside looking in, enjoy.
It's a lot of fun, dude, and I'm very happy. We picked a good year from everything I've seen online, that this has been a fun hockey season, not just for the All-Star break, but just in general, a fun, good year.
Yeah. I mean, we also, like, and not even just that, like, the Ovechkin stuff. I mean, from my perspective as well, from the Maple Leafs perspective, I've heard about, like, this is one of the best years of all time. They have a goaltending that's awesome. And, like, they have a guy like Austin Matthews, they have the Mitch Marners, they have the John Tavareses, who are great players, who are kind of established veterans as well. So I've enjoyed it. I truly, hopefully, hope we get into playoffs, like the finals together. I love to see a Maple Leafs Avalanche finals.
Be fun.
Will that happen? I don't know. I feel sorry that the first playoff series you ever have to play or watch is against Dallas, the ultimate foe. So I apologize for that. There's, like, the Maple Leafs are having some Canadian rivalry, and, like, I'm like, that's awesome. Great for you guys. Go kill each other over. I can't think of the region. I'm sorry. I want to say Winnipeg, but that's not right. I will learn Canadian geography at some point in my life. But you have to deal with Dallas, Texas. Even though it's Colorado versus Dallas, it feels like Houston, Dallas for you. So you can hate on them appropriately.
That's all I got for hockey, though.
Okay, let me do a soccer update real quickly. Liverpool is 1 win away from winning the Premier League. This Sunday they play, and let's do this. They play Spurs, Tottenham Hotspur. And they win.
Fun.
They win the champion. They're crowned champion of the Premier League. that is the funniest part of this is I texted Tessa, our friend who is a Tottenham Hotspur fan, and it's like, hey, Tessa, we play you this weekend. It'd be kind of cool. She's like, don't worry, you already have this. I'm like, no. Like, I think, it's a toss up. It's not a toss up, but like, I can't say it out loud. She's like, no, don't worry. You're just going to win this. And like, correctly, they're going to win this. I will say last week, it was really cool that the person who scored the goal that not kept Liverpool in contention, but it sealed that like, okay, it's one game. It's one game away was Trent Alexander-Arnold, who is definitely like completely unrequitedly leaving at the end of the season for Real Madrid. Was his goal like a little help? Was it help Leicester play that well? No. But it was cool to see him score. I think Robertson was the guy who assisted him as well. So that's super cool that duo gets maybe one more shot at goal, one more big goal together before Trent, who I think after the game was asked, and he was like, yeah, I don't really want to talk about the situation. Well, it'll resolve itself when it resolves itself, which is like, buddy, you're gone. It's okay. And it's cool to see like the childhood Liverpool fan, the guy from Liverpool, score a goal to kind of push it one extra step towards a Premier League championship. But it's so cool. Premier League title, not a championship, Premier League title. One last time before he inevitably goes with Jude Bellingham, his English buddy, to Real Madrid. So cool. I will update you next week. I will wear a Liverpool jersey next week because I have multitudes of them next week whenever they win the Premier League. I will ask Tessa for comment after that happens because I think it'll be really funny to see that happen. So that's my soccer update for the week. Go.
Very nice. Heading over, we have NFL stuff to talk about this week. Wow, late April already. This sports year has been flying, dude. We have the draft coming up, and we're just going to do a little bit of Texans draft. We're not going to get into the rest of it. We'll react next week to some of the moves and everything. But rumors are that we're going to be pretty active. And on top of that, we have 4 picks in the top 100 right now. The 25th overall, which in the first round. In the second round, we have the 58th overall. And then we have 2 third-rounders, the 79th and 89th overall. And then we have a 5th-round pick and 2 7th-round picks. I'm going to give you my quick hopefuls, and it'll take 30 seconds. I would love for Kelvin Banks to fall for us, offensive tackle out of University of Texas, because I think we need to beef up the offensive line. And then for the rest of the picks, I want 1 third-round receiver, and then everything else is best available offensive lineman. I wish I was kidding. That's all I want us to do.
No, I mean, I don't think you're wrong in that. Because whenever we traded Kenyon Green, Lemery Tunsil, and Shaq Mason, and the guys we got, Ed Ingram, Cam Robinson, and Laken Tomlinson. And let me read this correctly. They are allowed the highest pressure rates. They were ranked all 3 of them were ranked in the top 10 of pressure rates in the NFL. I think it was between 9 and 12% for each guy.
So the whole "we don't rebuild, we reload" Patriots mantra about championships, we did that with getting CJ Stroud killed.
Yeah. What did CJ Stroud do to Nick Casarillo's sister? I don't know. That's not to imply anything. It's just to say, how do you try to kill a guy like that? You go from offensive linemen who can't block or guys who just get penalties left and right to, hey, what if we put guys in there who pressure our quarterback who gets pressured all the goddamn time? So I fully agree with you. Now, Nick Casarillo being active in the draft, whoa, crazy. What? Never happened before. Breaking news. I'd love to have, I imagine in the first round we're going to get some, I'd like a tackle over a guard, theoretically.
Oh, no, it's got to be a tackle.
Yeah, I'd like a tackle over a guard, but
best available tackle.
I feel like I've never come away from a Texans draft going like, they really did well. They got their guys. Maybe I did
2 years ago. CJ Stroud.
I know. No. Okay. CJ Stroud was a big question mark still. There was a question mark between him and Bryce, but not Bryce Daniels.
Bryce Young. It worked
Bryce
out.
Young. Yeah. Now, with that said, in hindsight, great draft. At the time,
fair enough.
At the time, I remember.
I just wanted Will Anderson, to be honest.
Yeah,
so
that's fine. Listen. I don't hate on that pick. I'm just saying, the number 1 pick was number 1. We were 1 or 2.
No, we were 2.
We were 2. Yes, that was the whole thing.
We were 2 and 3.
I remember the whole thing going well, we could CJ Stroud or Bryce Young. okay, well, what's the play here? Do we get the right guy? Did the right guy you're taking? Because they're like, if you remember the narrative going into the draft was like, CJ Stroud is actually the dumbest human being ever alive. He should not play football at all. And then turns out whatever test he took wasn't even a real test. It was like a reactions test that they don't even use anymore. That's what I say when I say that. I don't know if I've ever left a draft feeling like, oh, yes, we really did it. I don't know why I just did this motion, but we really did it, guys. With that said, in this draft, if we pick up like 4 offensive linemen,
please,
and I'll go with third round. There's a part, I'll go third round with you. If it happens in the second round, I'm not going to be upset.
Worse things have happened.
Yeah. I think there's really good, there's a good wide receiver 2 out there for us. This is a good wide receiver 2 draft.
That's what I've heard. It's a lot of 2s and a lot of 3s. Yeah. Not really the holy shit, the Jamar Chases, the Justin Jeffersons, the just like the blow away top wide receivers. Yeah,
there's no guy in this draft who's, you say Travis Hunter, but I don't think he's
I think he's going to play more cornerback than he will wide receiver, to be honest.
I don't think he's going to listen, Brian. I had this question today, and no one was able to answer it. Can Travis Hunter tackle Derrick Henry? Now, obviously, he's not going to have to all the time. But it's like, can Travis Hunter tackle DK Metcalf? Like, truly, can he tackle him? Travis Hunter, he's probably a strong guy, but that's a different human being right there. That's a freak of nature where you're dealing with right there, who is just 240 pounds of just pure, solid, unbreakable muscle. So can he tackle them? And that's why I asked the question is, well, when you get to the NFL, you're no longer playing against like guys from Utah. You're no longer playing against guys who are like going to be great car salesmen in a year. You're playing against guys whose like entire life is football. They have put on so much muscle. They've studied every round. They studied you. They studied the way you play football. Can you be a good cornerback or like a DB even if I'm not going to say his frame is not one I trust, but his frame is not really one I trust. With that said, I'm an idiot. Don't listen to me. I could be so wrong in this. I think maybe I just like have an anti-Travis Hunter agenda because I don't think I watch enough Big 12 football to go, really? This is the guy? This is the guy we're all like crazy about? Like, yes, he's good. But are we sure this is like the guy when you'd be like, this is the Shohei Ohtani of the NFL? Even though Shohei Ohtani doesn't even play 2 ways anymore and probably never will.
He will. He's coming back and pitching this year.
This week?
This year.
It was supposed to be. It was supposed to be.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. All right. I was like, did I miss something about next week? No, I mean
the way your eyes lit up when I said that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Listen, I can love Shohei Ohtani. Okay, it's so cool to see a 2-way player. It's just every time there's a date set, it gets pushed back. And which is like understandable. He's had some injuries. He's hitting well. He's like he got NL MVP by just hitting well. Not to say that you can't. I'm just saying it's not what he's not hyped up, but what he's supposed to be. With that said, also Shedeur Sanders, who knows where he's going to fall? Cam Ward's probably going first.
Yeah, I would say so.
Everything I've seen is Cam Ward going first to Titans. That's fine.
It'd be crazy if they went Sanders, to be honest.
I don't see
because everything that I've seen and everyone like analysis and teams even seem like, okay, well, we don't have to worry about Cam Ward because the Titans are just going to fucking take him and that's the end of it.
And I don't see a world where that changes. Like the Titans are needed a quarterback. This isn't a strong quarterback draft. As much as Nico Yamaleava would love to be the number 1 pick, he's not this year or next year. I don't know why I decided to dunk on him. I don't know. I probably deserved it.
Fucking stray shot.
I know. It's the 50 cent fuck me.
But what'd you say fuck me for?
What'd you say fuck me for? But back to the Texans real quickly. Yes, need a solid wide receiver 2. Maybe I would say not wide receiver 3, but I need a wide receiver 2. I love it actually. Now that I think about it more, love a second round draft pick because they're at 58 in the second round. Mm-hmm. Not horrible. They can probably pick a guy up, but I do need that tackle in the first round. Give me a guard in the third round, fourth round, whatever. Do the fantasy football thing I do, where you wait till the last second to draft, like tight end. I usually wait till the tight end. Just wait till the last second and draft like another guard or whatever. But I do want to tackle first. Give me a guard second, and then kind of switch off from there. So I'm not going to complain. I don't think I'm going to be wowed by this draft. unless something amazing happens.
This isn't a splash draft across the board, not just for the Texans.
Mhm.
Across the board, this isn't a splash draft. This is a lot of players, not stars.
Yeah, that's kind of been the past two professional drafts. The NBA draft was kind of there's a lot of good role players in this draft, and then this draft is very much like you're gonna have either solid backup guys one day, or solid just kind of wide receiver 2, 3, 4. Not anyone. There's no skill player that you look and go like that's gonna be a star right there.
Jeffrey.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. That's incredibly fair. We'll see.
But there's two names. There's two big weapon names on offense, and that's Travis Hunter, which you've said your piece on, and that's Ashton. I can never.
Ashton Giante.
Ashton Giante. That's your star out of running back.
I don't know where he's going to fall though. I don't think anyone knows where he's going to fall. Like
it's gonna be crazy because the last time someone really pulled the trigger on well, I guess Carolina did Jonathan Brooks last year, but he was hurt. But last time they really, really reached super high for I don't know, man, the guy on the Falcons. Never mind. Don't worry about this.
Okay,
I'm just going to stop talking about the running back.
I know. I mean, I was going to say the problem with Giante, I say Giante, is that he still feels somewhat unproven, given that he's had one really great season, which that's kind of how sometimes sports works, like college sports. He had one really good season, you call it, but in like high school, he really wasn't a running back until later on. The question is, if I'm a GM and I'm like, do I just take him and say we can fix it in post? So I don't think there are not big issues. There are just like the questions you can have about him. Yes.
So it's interesting that you say like when you were talking about do we take him or not? I think running back is one of the last pieces you draft for, because even after quarterback, because quarterback you can draft a guy and great, he's our starter for the next 10 to 15. Running back, you draft him and the clock started and you get 4 to 5 years out of him, maybe 6 for him to be great. Now, don't get me wrong, there's the outliers, the Barkleys, the Henrys, but I think a team that's like that's got a solidified quarterback and a pretty good offensive line, I think they are the type of teams that'll come up and reach for a guy like him. That's like the last piece, but I don't know. We'll find out here in a couple days.
No, and I agree with that. Like, I think, I mean, yeah, that's a discussion we're having as well, where it's like, do people value running backs as much? Like a second ago, but like, yeah, you're right. If I'm going to go out there and draft, if I see really anyone else on the board, unless I am in desperate need of someone to run the ball because my quarterback is aging, which is by that point, just get a quarterback. I'm not going to go waste early draft pick on them because it's either hit or miss, and then you have 4 to 5 years of clock starts. There's Derrick Henry comes along. I mean, I was going to say once in a generation, but Saquon is here as well. But you get the point I'm making. You made the exact same point. I don't know. I'm interested because he released that whole like thing. What was the marketing piece? He released a marketing piece. Which, can I say something real quickly? If you have to release a marketing piece on yourself in the NFL draft or any draft in general, makes me have some questions of like, hey, what are you hearing behind the scenes that I'm missing? If I'm an NFL GM and I say to them like, the fuck you doing, cornball? Like, no, this isn't the Oscars. You can't send me like candy and stuff to pay me off. I'm going to watch your tape and I'm going to draft you based on that tape, based on the needs of the team. Maybe I'm just a hater. Who knows? Maybe. I mean, I've been a Travis Hunter denier for the past year. And maybe I like Ashton Giante. Maybe I'm an Ashton Giante NFL denier. I do hope he gets his chance to go start in the NFL though. So I do think he has the skills to do it. The question is who takes the chance, who sees him fitting in their team. But yeah, there's not the draft. The draft is easy to react to. No one, Mel Kiper's the only one who I ever feel comfortable with. Be like, that guy knows what he's talking about. So I don't know. Texans, just please get CJ a line. That'd be super cool.
That's all I want. That's all I want for Christmas or Easter. Easter's just happened.
Yeah.
Whatever. My birthday's coming up. Sure.
Oh yeah, the big. You have a big birthday coming up too. Yeah.
Yeah.
For the past 5 years, been telling everyone I'm close to 40, and just not explaining what that means. There are people I've been at solid work. I'm like, yeah, I'm close to 40. They're like,
You're
oh, wow.
closer to 40 than you are 0. That's a way to put it.
Well, don't. I'm already like thinking about killing myself today. You don't need to add to that.
All right.
I'm
Well,
joking.
that's not
I'm
a clip.
joking. I'm not
saying the podcast, but it's not.
I'm joking. I have to be very careful with that.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. I'm gonna go. I can't tell you. I can't tell you what my retirement plan I tell people is, because I get in trouble when I say what my retirement plan is.
Well, that's all I got for today, man. We're going down a dangerous road.
I want to shout out a new sport that came out, sperm racing. And it is exactly what it sounds like. It's taking place in LA, I think next month, between UCLA and USC. I think two guys are going to jack off and put their sperm under a microscope. And there's going to be a physical course that simulates the reproductive tract. Whichever sperm gets there first wins. So I feel like microscopic sports is like maybe a new frontier. I'm sad I didn't think of it first. But shout out to our two jizzers, and that's what I'm calling the players, the jizzers. And their quest to be the most active and virile sperm.
Actually insane. I've got nothing after that. Jordan, where could the people find you?
Find me Jordan's Thoughts on X/Twitter, and find me on all the other platforms at Moonstamp Sports, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Because TikTok is staying around for a while. The ban is canceled, or it's been moved, or whatever. So it'll be there for us for I don't know, a reasonable amount of time. Brian, where can the people find you?
If you're not too busy watching sperm racing, you can find me across all social medias at Auric Polaris, AuricPolaris. I still haven't been streaming. I've still got to find some time. I'm back in class, super busy around the house. Hopefully later this week, if not the beginning of next week. Also, Oblivion remaster got announced and released today, so that's going to put a damper on things for me.
It's only $50 as well, right?
I have Game Pass, so it's free.
No, I think I have PlayStation Game Pass and I get things as well. So PlayStation, whatever. I just don't use. It's like every month I see I have a charge from Nintendo about using their service to like use online play. I'm like, I haven't used this since the last time we played Mario Kart as a group. And so
we're doing that soon. So
yeah, so I got to keep it around soon for a while. So it sucks to be me. I got to keep that around. But thank you so much for listening. I don't know what the sperm racing is kind of throwing me off for a second. And I'm the one who brought it up.
What a wild finish.
I mean, that's gonna be the sperm racing. It's wild finish. That's how it starts. Wild finish is how it starts, not how it ends. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you listening. Please leave us a review, 5 stars, a comment wherever you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcast, so on and so on, or YouTube. See you guys next week.
Stay beautiful.